Hey guys, this is Dana from Gearhead Reviews. Today I am just super excited. DJI's done it again. They've come out with two new excellent drones. The first is the Inspire 2. It has a ton of new features and it's got better cameras, a FPV camera for the operator, and the second drone is the DJI Phantom 4 Pro. This is an incredible drone. It's got obstacle avoidance on all sides. It has a better camera, higher bit rates, and so all of this and more coming up after the break. Okay, so first up is the DJI Inspire 2. This drone is an amazing setup. It is just incredible what they've done here. And I've got two super favorite features that I just love above anything else about this drone. And number one is the FPV camera. For the pilot, when he's flying, it's on the Inspire 1, it was easy to get disorientated and lost when the cameraman would take over. But this Inspire 2 has a dedicated camera for the pilot so that he's always knowing which direction of the drone is facing forwards. And this is super helpful for any dual operator setup. And number two for this drone on my list is battery life. This is absolutely huge. It's got two batteries that plug in from the back, and let me just share a story with you about the Inspire 1. I was up in the Upper Peninsula flying with a friend, and I had the Phantom 4 and he had the Inspire 1. And so we would go out, and on the same amount of battery that I could fly on the Phantom 4, he had to run through two batteries on the Inspire. And he only had two batteries, and I also had two batteries. So I got twice the flight time in these different locations. And really that gave me probably twice the better shots than he got. And so this is huge. Having two batteries on board, 30 minutes of flight time is just super, super great for this drone. I think this has got to be number one or number two. I don't know which to put first of these features. It is just absolutely huge for this drone, and I am super excited about this. And close on its heels, number three on my list has got to be obstacle avoidance. This is huge. If for some reason you're disconnected from your drone and it has to return to home automatically, if there's a tree or a building in the way, this drone will navigate around those. This is huge, and it will bring your drone home safely. I think this is huge for DJI, and this has got to be number three on my list. Number four is a better vision positioning system. This is huge. For flying indoors, the Inspire 1 was just a bit sketchy. And the Inspire 2 has downward-facing cameras that on the front and the top. It knows where it is, even without a GPS signal, and it is much stabler indoors. Also, it's got much faster speeds, up to 67 miles an hour. That's almost 70 miles an hour. That's like the speed you drive on the highway, maybe. I mean, this is big. If you are following a car, 70 miles an hour. You thought the Phantom 4 at 45 miles an hour was fast? 70 miles an hour. That's just crazy. It's got a whole bunch of new features. It's got Spotlight Pro for if you're a single operator. It will help you dynamically improve your camera moves and your drone positioning moves. And this is really great for drone operators. It has a bunch of intelligent flight modes. It's got all of your orbiting and a bunch of other ones for active track and a bunch of other things. The two cameras and the file processing system on board this drone is absolutely incredible. You've got the X4S and the X5S. The X5S can support up to 5.2K at 30 frames a second, and the X4S has also really great frame rates at 4K. These will do well in low light. And a note on the cameras, the X4S does not change lenses. It's a fixed lens that will stay the same. The X5S is an interchangeable lens with a micro four thirds mount. So your options for mounting, say a 45mm or other micro four thirds lenses skyrockets. You can do a ton of creative stuff with the X5S. And this is a really great camera setup. And it also has wireless follow focus features. This is a really great feature for like a big production where you've got your lenses, you can change your focus on the fly. Unfortunately, as of the present, these cameras are not available for the Osmo. I am hoping for this soon, but the X5S has the special memory chips that go in the back of the drone, so they're gonna have to come up with a way to plug those into the Osmo. And these little chips are super fast read-write speeds. And so overall, this Inspire 2 has me super excited. These are a few of my favorite features, and I think you will love it if you choose to buy this drone. You can click on the link right up here beside me. This will take you to the DJI webpage where there's more information about this drone. Next up is the DJI Phantom 4 Pro. This is a really great drone, and I think my favorite new feature of this drone is the camera. This is a 20 megapixel camera versus the 12.5 megapixel camera of the previous Phantom 4. And it also has a 100 megabits per second bit rate in 4K, both at 4K 30 and 4K 60. And that brings us to our next thing. It also supports 4K 60p at 100 megabits a second. This is incredible for a drone. I mean, it's the Phantom. It's the Phantom we all know and love, shooting 4K 60 at 100 megabits a second. You'll get your best quality results from shooting at 4K 30, but this is so much better than the 60 megabits per second on the original Phantom 4. So I think that's my first big feature of the Phantom 4. And number 2 on this list is obstacle avoidance. This is really spectacular for DJI. They put it on all 4 sides. And up here, a video will be popping up of a review I did of the original version of the Phantom 4, where I talked about and I showed some examples of flying backwards. There's no protection. It's only on the front. And DJI has listened to us, and today they've brought out the Phantom 4 Professional, which has the obstacle avoidance on all sides. So this is really great for flying in many different situations where, like pulling backwards, where on the Inspire 1 you could just turn your drone with your pilot's view and look with the FPV camera. But this, it has obstacle avoidance on all 4 sides now, which is really huge. It also has mechanical focusing and a mechanical shutter. This eliminates rolling shutter, and also huge on this list in the camera is aperture control. This is really huge. You can change your aperture instead of your shutter speed now, which used to be a big limitation of the Phantom and Inspire 1 series. But now they've got aperture control on both the Phantom 4 Pro and the Inspire 2. This is really big. I can't stress that enough. Shutter speed, you want to keep that as low as possible. And also DJI is selling ND filters as well to keep that shutter speed where it should be. So for the cameras, that's really great. And for still photography, 20 megapixels is huge. That's a big upgrade from the 12.5 that the Phantom 4 has. It's got new batteries, and it will fly for 30 minutes instead of 28. Not a big difference, but slightly better batteries maybe. So overall, it's a really great drone, but the 2 biggest things are, number 1, the camera. Having 4K in 100 megabits per second is really big. And number 2, my favorite thing, is obstacle avoidance. So this is my summary of DJI's announcement today. I am really excited about these 2 drones, and I hope you are too. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.